Quality dreams, reasonably priced. And it's a story where our character lives in a cyberpunk society and they sell cybernetics to people. And we can decide what kind of cybernetics, like, do we go for stuff that, you know, gives us a lot of money at the expense of our customer, I think, or something like going for what our customer actually wants kind of thing. I don't know. Something like that. And there's consequences to our decisions. But in the end, our goal is to have enough money for our rabbit surgery? Because our rabbit is sick? Something like that? But yeah, this game sounds really cool and it looks really cool. I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. So this is Quality Dreams, reasonably priced. We've got the mix of super like sci-fi technology, cyberpunk stuff, but it's bright, it's cute, and there's like plants kind of overgrowing through all of this. And it feels like my cup of tea, you know? I love this kind of, it looks like hopeful sci-fi, which is to me like the opposite of what a cyberpunk should be, but maybe it's not that hopeful because you see the cracks. You see the plants doing the cracks here, meaning that nature is overtaking this technology somehow. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. How was your day and two today? Did you get a good day? I had to drink coffee after coming home from work because I was about to just fall asleep and not even be able to stream. But I got a good coffee in me and I should be good. Good to go to do one last big festival stream. We're actually beyond the festival right now. The festival ended a couple hours ago, officially, because it's on like British time. But it's fine. Oh, and here you are. Hello. Good evening, Lamination. I hope your day has been well. I really need to add Lamination to my list of nicknames. You've used it more than 30 times. It's become official. My day has been good. Had a walk a few hours ago and want to continue writing. Yeah, I saw you were in Mr. The Juice's chat earlier. I was lurking. I was doing a lot of shit at the same time. But I did see you seem to be writing still. That's really cool. I really admire that you're still writing. It's amazing. I wish I was still writing quite as much, but I've been very, very busy. I'm very, very tired. But I'll get back to it soon enough. Also, how was your day, Anhayar? My day has been pretty good. I went to work. I actually had a busy day at work, which is almost unusual in the Christmas period. Usually people, you know, their job kind of ramps up around the holidays. My job kind of lowers in intensity. It's kind of the opposite of the average person. But, you know, I found stuff to do, so I wasn't going to be too bored or too like, you know, when you're bored at work, it makes the day kind of go slower. I just want my days to go quicker and then the holidays to arrive faster. So I'm happy for the busyness. But we're gonna start this demo now, if you guys are ready. Thank you for trying out this demo. We're a 2-person team based in Canada. That's cool. And we hope you enjoy our game. We'd appreciate if you left us feedback so we can improve the game. We hope you enjoy our demo. That's really nice. I finished with AllieGal Chapter 1 and I'm currently doing an intermission chapter where I explain a major part of how magic works in this world. That's good. That's the fun part in my opinion. The world building is the fun part. Okay, continue. All I've ever known is the city. All I've ever seen are her walls. A glittering metal spike piercing the barren land, embedded deep in its sands. Already I'm in love. It's simple, you know, it's flat colors, but I don't think it needs more. The different shades of colors are making the depth here really good. And then this structure is really unique. My alarm goes off and I sigh. I'm too tired for work. This is me every day. I leave my apartment building and make my way to the city elevator. I punch in the number for a floor far above mine and pay the fare. You gotta pay to use the elevator? That's shitty. Okay, that's definitely a Cyberpunk thing. I cram myself into the shoebox elevator burrowed in the city's bones. My stomach drops as it begins its ascent. I consciously relax in the never familiar press of people, trying to force myself comfortable and pull myself awake. It's a shame that time doesn't stop for the weary. That's me on the bus every morning. 19 minutes later, it's a 19-minute elevator ride? Shit. I've made it to the clinic. The lobby is often quiet. We don't see many clients in a week. I make my way to the coffee machine, blinking back my fatigue. I love the art style. Like, it doesn't need any more than this. This is really cool. As my mug fills, I notice Baron walk into the lobby. This is Baron? I like Baron. I really like Baron. Lamination, really, phone. Lamentation. I'm doing the rest of what I ordered this month for my VR setup has come in. I bought boxing shoes for more stability when I play. I was expecting boxing gloves and we went in a completely different direction. Shouldn't want me down as fast with arc support. Interesting. I've never had boxing shoes. We would just wear normal like running shoes when I went to the boxing place. It's intriguing. Hello, Richard. Welcome in. What the heck is this game? It's called Quality Dreams, Reasonably Priced, which appears to be the name of the store we work in. And our character is starting the day. We're literally starting this game right now. And we are in a cyberpunk society where we sell cybernetics to people. We're a salesperson. And the decisions we'll make regarding, the kinds of cybernetic stuff we're going to offer people is literally going to change, the story. And from what I remember from my notes, we're doing this because our rabbit is sick and we want to pay a surgery for the rabbit, which is kind of sad. So Baron walks in. Hi, Jin. Got a minute? Oh, I guess my name is Jin. It's never good when your boss wants a word. It is interesting. It's very intriguing. This game, I think, is already out. It's on sale. And the same two people who made this. They're two Canadian game devs. They also have a new game coming up, which we're going to play after this. We're going to play another demo. And it's called I'm Building a Monster, which is a bit more fantasy, I guess. This is a lot more like sci-fi. Okay, busy? Sure, I'll go talk to my boss. I'll be a good, obedient employee. Sure, Baron, what's up? I wanted to have a quick chat to see how things have been going, how you've been settling in, that kind of thing. If I've learned anything in my month working here, it's that this chat will not be quick. Let's talk in your office. He starts walking off, not waiting for my reply. I'll take a sip of coffee and then just follow. Wear me down? Shouldn't wear me down as fast with Achie. Oh, yeah, I was like, shouldn't want me down. I mean, you don't want to be down? I don't know what that meant, but I went with it. You'll be surprised how much unaligned poster saps your stamina. Unaligned poster. I think your phone is fucking with you. Posture saps your stamina. There you go. I can decipher, phone mix-ups. I could do that. How's your day been, Richard? I've been asking everybody, and then I skipped you. And then I let out a sigh, follow him back into my office, dread crawling up my spine. He's gonna tell me we're gonna have some sort of new quota or something. When I come in, Baron has settled where my clients usually sit. I like Baron. He's really cool looking. He gestures for me to take my seat, and I do, watching him with trepidation. So, Jin, you've been here about a month. How do you feel things are going? I guess a month. I'm still learning. I'm not an expert in everything yet, but I'm taking every opportunity to learn and better myself. This is the answer you're supposed to give to your boss. Never say that everything's good. Never say that everything's bad. Always talk about the opportunity for growth. This comes from someone who's done too many freaking office jobs. That's what I like to hear. I'll be frank, Jin. You're not hitting your targets. Psh, fuck you. I hate to hear that in real life. I don't want to hear that in a video game. What? And I know you're new. This is your first job as the sideline, and it's been a slow month in terms of clients. I get that. I feel confident that you'll do better once you're in the full swing of things. And why are you threatening me right now and talking to me like that, you asshole? But just for my own peace of mind and for your good as well, I'd like us to do a little mock client interview. Pretend I'm here to get some mods. Okay. I'm gonna ask for specific feedback. Oh no, I'll prolong. That's it. I swallow a sigh. Alright, welcome to Envisage Poetry. I try my best not to cringe when I say the name. How Baron came up with something so awful, I'll never understand. I'm gonna introduce myself. Hi, I'm Jin. My pronouns are any, all. I'll be consulting on your modifications today. I've never known somebody who introduces themselves with any, all. That's a new one. But that's kind of cool because it encompasses everything the player could be. That's nice. Hello, Jin. I'm Baron. My pronouns are he, him. It's very nice to meet you. I'm a little surprised he didn't go for a fake name. You could... Do we fill out the form first or we start the interview first? You know what? Interview. Let's see what he wants before. Baron hasn't filled in the client form, so I'll need to cover those questions first. Oh. Age. Could you tell me how old you are? Try that again. Friendly. Would you mind telling me how old you are? I need it for my records. How old do you think I am? Play along? Oh, I don't know. Maybe 26? You flatter me. I'm 37, but I'm glad that you see me as so youthful. Yes, the unaligned poster saps my stamina. My OCD goes haywire. I think it might be my phone's dictionary that's autocorrecting certain words. Yeah, that happens. I've turned off all autocorrects. I just live with my spelling mistakes. I just live with them and I'm just like, you know what? My screw-ups are my screw-ups. I don't need the computer or the cell phone to make screw-ups for me. I turned off all autocorrect. I guess I'm old-fashioned. When I had my first phone, we didn't have autocorrect. We had to spell shit out using the 9 numbers on the keyboard. Desired procedure. So, what mods are you interested in getting? I'm not sure. Maybe something to add a glow to my tattoos? Yeah, not sure. You're not sure? Yes, I might want something else after all, or possibly nothing. Why is that? Why wouldn't you want it? I'm just not sure that's what my heart has settled on yet. Let's pause for a second. Most clients will have an idea of what they want, and that's great, but people don't always know what's best for them. You'll have to learn about them and guide them to the best decision. Best for them? The best decision based on their lives? Yes, but people improve their lives through modding. More often than not, getting mods is the best decision for them. However, you shouldn't push mods on clients when it's really not what they need. Getting mods reversed is very expensive, and often we can't put someone back to exactly how they were before the initial procedure. We don't want our customers to be dissatisfied or asking for refunds. Okay, so we gotta read people. I like it. It's like playing the how did they call that again? Like the doctors in Cyberpunk. It's like we're the doctors in Cyberpunk. We're not the ones wearing the modifications. We're selling them to people. I like that. That would literally be like, there is a Cyberpunk Red, which is like a TTRPG version you could play with people of Cyberpunk. And I've literally, my character that I had been thinking about playing was like that, like a cybernetic doctor or something. Someone who's probably got like a little bit too much debt or something and then went into that sort of business and probably has to make bad decisions to make ends meet, but you know, fun character. We're trying to bring joy into the world. What about when a mod is a bad call? No, but what about a scenario where the customer really shouldn't have the mod? Then don't recommend it. We're not here to scam people or cause them harm. Mods make people happy, or they should. If the mod isn't helping, then we shouldn't be recommending it. We could go full evil here. You want X-ray eyes? That's one of those mods that you cannot get. Like, in the sense that you can't reverse it. You need to be sure, because the day you get those fake eyes in, you can't just be like, you know what? I want my blue eyes back, and it's not gonna happen. Those eyes that you used to have, they're somewhere like rotting in the ground or something. Or maybe they burned them. I don't know what they do with leftover human parts in the cyberpunk world. But I really doubt that'll ever happen. Yeah, people always want mods. Mods make things better. Maybe this hypothetical customer just hasn't found the right mod yet. In that case, your job would be to help them uncover the mod that's right for them. Also, why do you want to have X-ray eyes? Exactly, you want to go do like Superman? I'm sure, but I could never talk to my grandma again. You need to look at her head or above. Nothing below the head. You'd be fine. But I mean, it's probably something you could turn on and off though, right? You can't have X-ray eyes and just forever see everybody naked. Or like, I don't even understand how X-ray eyes work. Do you see just through clothes? You see further, like can you see like organs? You could like see a person's heart or lungs or brain? How do you know where the X-ray goes and how far it goes in a person? I don't get it. I don't get how it would work. But now you're making me wonder, what kind of special mod would I want? In Cyberpunk, the ones that I liked the best were the ones that made you a lot stronger, like the exoskeleton was cool, but I do prefer like the actual skeleton improvement, making it a lot more inconspicuous. You want to see just through clothes? It could turn it off and on, and you're a pervert? It's okay. We accept you. At least you're aware of it. That's good. You can warn people. But I pretty much think that in the cyberpunk world, you kind of assume everybody has those X-ray eyes, you know? You kind of assume that everybody's got those. So you go around in the world prepared. Or you wear lead clothing to be like, yeah, I can't see shit. Bye. At least I would. I'd be wearing like the most lead-filled clothes you can imagine. And I guess your job would be to help uncover the mod that's right for them. And on that note, let's get back to it. Okay, let's go back into the roleplay with our boss. That makes a lot of sense. Scrap the eyes. You want the gorilla arm for bad students at work? What kind of job do you have exactly? How are you handling those children, those students? I mean, they might not even be student children. It might be adults. I don't know. May or may not want glowing tattoos. Occupation. What's your current occupation? You might not believe it, but I actually own a small body mod clinic. He's not even inventing anything. Humor him. What's a coincidence? Well, please tell me more. I'd love to. Here he goes again. When my father passed a few years ago, he left me the body mod shop he'd started and told me to make something good of it. I'm not sure if he meant do good or be profitable, but I choose to believe he meant to do true good. Okay, this is the kindest person in a cyberpunk world I've ever seen. You're a teacher at a university? Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you've got amazing adult students that you want to beat up. That makes sense. Are they that bad? Are they that horrible? Personally, it would have been amazing to get a fully encased exosuit. Yeah, you'd like the exosuit? I don't know. When I was playing Cyberpunk, one of the things that I did like in terms of like the more visual mods was the people who had their skin gold or like different colors. Give me like colored skin like that. I would be so happy. I would probably dress up as an elf of some sort. I would have like green skin and like ears, like elf ears and stuff. That would make me happy. I wouldn't even need something that enhances my abilities or anything. I'd pay to look cool. They're lovely, but I can wave my gorilla arms around. Yeah, they would be definitely scared. Also, the gorilla arms, when you play the Cyberpunk Red game, like the TTRPG one, They cost so much humanity because you actually, I think they're the ones that you have to actually cut off your arms to get. And because the choice of cutting your arms comes from the desire for the mod, you lose humanity. If, on the contrary, you're like, I don't know, someone who just got their arms chopped off as a factory accident or something, and then you get a replacement arm and that you choose to have gorilla arms, then you don't lose humanity. It's kind of interesting how they made that work. To bring goodness into the world. So I took the little clinic and I diversified it. We increased variety and dropped prices. Now more people than ever can access mods. But yeah, I think I would literally go for like golden skin, a green skin. With the fully encased exosuit, you could lift probably up to 4 times your own strength. 4 times my own strength would not be that much, is all I'm gonna say. I believe personally that the reason why I'm called Noodle is because I have noodle arms. That's my own explanation in my head. Did it cost me? Of course it did. Well, at the beginning at least. But it was all worth it to give more people access to mods. He loves to tell this story any chance he gets. That's all the forum questions out of the way. Time to move on to the rest of the interview. Okay, we'll go with the budget. What does your budget look like for this procedure? Oh, it's very tight. 3,000 at most. Yeah, okay, that's very tight. 3,000? Can't go very far with that, I guess. I don't know. I noted down blowing tattoos usually range from 600 to 5,000 depending on the size, features, and whether there is a complete design on the skin. Will that be a problem? Maybe. It could, depending on what model and features you end up choosing, but I'll be here to help you pick something within your budget. Perfect. Alright. Appeal. What makes you want glowing tattoos? What do you like about them? They look nice. They're in fashion. They're cheap. What's not to like? Okay. Resting after the mods. You'll need to take the rest of the day easy once you've had the procedure. Can you make time for that? No. Question. What's wrong? You can't ask like that. You need to ask nicely, like, do you have any plans for after the procedure? Okay. Sure, will do. Great. Plans after mods. Do you have any plans for after the procedure? Not particularly. Just going to head home, maybe spend the following weekend with some friends. Now that wasn't so hard, was it? Agree. No, it wasn't. Good. Next phase. Hello, Wolfie, welcome in. I just turned around and I see the noodle. I was just talking about how I have noodle arms. Currently, exoskeletons can lift 200 pounds by itself. Even if you're not very strong, you would at least be able to easily lift 200 pounds worth of weight. I don't even know how much I can lift. I don't know how much I can lift, so I don't know if 200 is a lot or not. Willing laceration? Hello, Mr. Robot. I'm getting like nicknames left and right today. Lamination, laceration. I'm about to have an identity crisis. Well, welcome in. How are you doing, Wolfie and Mr. Robot? Illumination. I would not say no to that name. That sounds lovely. I could be writing Illumination. You can lift a 1,500-pound laptop? Is a laptop 1,500 pound actually a real thing? You made the minions? Minions? I'm not sure I follow your train of thought there. I don't think I'm following. Even if I did get a coffee earlier and my brain is more awake than before. Alienware laptops are pretty expensive. Oh, pound in the British pound money, not weight. I get you, Wolfie. I get the pun now. Thank you so much for explaining the pun. Because otherwise, I'm useless. Illuminations is the company being Despicable Me and stuff. Oh, I didn't know that. I only ever watched the first Despicable Me. I did not follow the trend that stemmed from that, unfortunately. I think I'm very out of the loop I feel very much like an old woman who's really not in touch with popular stuff. Let's move on. No, that's no good. Talk to me more first. Build rapport. Better if you talk to them for longer. Doesn't that just mean I see fewer clients in a day? People like to feel important and looked after. You want to make them feel special, like you care about them. But I don't. And when people talk a lot in conversations, they leave with a more favorable impression of you. So get them talking and keep them talking. Seem interested in what they have to say and remember what they say. I don't know. But the brain rot is just up your alley. It is. But I do like, I hyper focus on one thing at a time. Right now it's has-been hotel. So I got the has-been brain rot, but nothing else. I'm not able to do two things at once. Well, I say that, but I got the, you know, the reading brain rot right now. I've been like super obsessed with the new series. I can't wait to get into the second book. Like a friend told me to get this first book and he was just like, oh, it's really fun. I started it. You might like it. I've now read further than he is at, and I have to keep secrets because there's so many revelations that I can't tell. And he's just like, oh, this book is so good. And I'm like, yeah, and you're about to have your heart broken. Just be careful. But I can't tell him because that's spoilers, you know? Did you ever fart and sneeze at the same time? That's a very curious question, Wolfie. I shall choose not to answer this. I don't even want to think about it. You brag the other stream that you can multitask, unlike me. Oh, I don't do that. No. I am a man. I do not multitask. I talk to you or I play the game. You can see it right now. There is no multitasking possible. You can definitely see through my lies. I do lie a lot. My silence speaks volumes. It's all good. I'm not even sure if, you know, if I want to think about your question, Wolfie. Okay, let's go with, yeah, topics. What are we going to talk to people about? What is there to talk about? Can't you make small talk? Ask them about their work, hobbies, whatever. Okay, what friendliness are we going for? How friendly do you expect me to be with clients? Enough to be personable to make them like you. Okay, well, I'm not sleeping with clients. That's unfortunate. And if it seems like they feel better with friendly, then you should be even more friendly. Okay, boundaries. Are there professional sideline client boundaries I should be minding? Oh, don't worry about that. It's not like you're a doctor, or licensed for that matter. You're a salesperson, not a therapist. Okay, impact on salary. Will having longer client sessions impact my salary or commission? Now, why would you think that? Okay. You want to sleep with client? I mean, if they're cute, maybe. We'll see. Pretty sure that's illegal? I don't think so. I'm supposed to be friendly with them. Might as well have some fun too. Isn't doing this manipulating the client? To a degree, yes, but all of sales is manipulation, you see? It's one of the cornerstone philosophical questions, like, did the chicken or egg come first? Did the fart or sneeze come first? Well, what if they come simultaneously, Wolfie? What if there is nothing, you know? There is no one that starts the other motion. I'm not gonna think about that any further. That's enough. That is enough, Wolfie. In any case, I hired you because you're a people person. Try to form genuine connections. If it's really not working and you feel like the conversation is forced, then let things lie. You'll just make everything awkward otherwise. Before we get back to it, I want to make sure you understand that you're a salesperson first. It's fine to form connections. I encourage it even. It usually makes the selling go better. Remember, you're not a therapist. You don't have to abide by any rules. I like talking to clients and getting to know them. It's the best part of my job. But when Baron talks about it like this, something about it feels vile. Yeah, the ethical implications twist in my stomach. What about work? How'd you like your job? Oh, I love it. It makes me happy to know I'm doing so much good. What sorts of good things do you do? Oh, well, you may have heard, but we're the cheapest mod shop in the city. Mods in a higher end, safer environment have never been more affordable. Mods make people happy. More people can get mods here. Ipso facto, you get it, you know this. And much better job. Well done with the small talk. Yay! I returned for the 7th time. I was checking in on Sackpack. You're still talking to your boss? Yeah. The boss has a lot of expectations for how we're supposed to talk to people. I'm supposed to become friends with all of our clients, or at least pretend to be friends with them, which kind of feels bad. It helps you and it keeps me happy. I feel like I'm really getting my money's worth. Professional. Glad to hear that I'm meeting expectations. Surpassing, even. I should have gotten sarcastic there. Hobbies. Do you have any hobbies? As a small business owner and entrepreneur, I can't say that word. My work takes up most of my time, but I do quite enjoy music. Favorite element. What does that mean? Recommendation? Is there anything you'd recommend? Of course. I listen to many genres: neoclassical punk, ferocious flute, pop, folk, metal, underground, M-pop covers. Okay. But you'd probably like Birdsong and Symbols Volume 3. It's a concept album about childbirth expressed through birdsong, wind chimes, and cymbals. I think that's out there, you know? I'm not sure. You're an entrepreneur? And I can't say that word. And I hear people say that a lot, but I feel like I'm not saying it right. Entrepreneur? I'm going to say it in French the next time I have to read that word. It's a must listen if you're looking to expand your music repertoire. I'll check it out, thanks. I definitely won't. Yeah, that's the thing. I have a hard time when people give me like recommendations, especially for music. Unless that person is very close to me and we have tastes in common, I have a hard time listening to music that is out of my genre. Difficult. It is a French, I know, but English people say it funny. Just like rendezvous or like colonnade or colonnade. They all say everything wrong. But I have to say it like that. If I say it in French, you won't even understand what I'm saying. You're managing to make progress on your writing. That's good, and too. I wish I was, but I've not had a lot of time to do that. Entrepreneur would be the French version. Entrepreneur. I'm not going to say entrepreneur in the middle of a sentence. It's just going to be like so awkward. You forget I took French. Yes, you did. Not everybody, you know. Also, would you really enjoy if I said the words in French right in the middle of English sentences? You clearly understood that, by the way. Okay, but then maybe I'm gonna go for French pronunciation for everything from now on. It's gonna be rendezvous and entrepreneur and colonnade and all of those other words, you know? You're gonna have to understand. You understood very well. Okay, then I'm gonna go for French. You compose or just listen? I experiment, but I wouldn't call what I create music. It's much too crude for that. Okay, what does favorite element have to do with anything musical related? What do you like most about music? That's such a wide range of experiences. Emotions, visions, and memories can be evoked through only our ears. It's funny that he doesn't have any sort of like ear enhancement, at least no visual ones. We have ear enhancements. Although we do offer mods that make music a multi-sensorial experience, though you know that, of course. Alright, I think I've got what I need. Let's move on to the recommendation. Excellent. I look over my notes detailing my talk with Baron. They're a mess of advice and intentional obfuscation. So I think you better recommend me. Okay, we're gonna recommend something. Richard! That was a Google Translate, but I still appreciate this. As long as the whole thing is in French accent. Wolfie. Yeah, Wolfie understands, Richard. Be careful what you say. But yeah. If you want me to do some French talking, I can do that. You can pay like 3,000 channel points for that. I decide on the spot whether I do the French accent or just French. So, I mean, it's a little bit of a hit or miss depending if you have expectations. Yeah, you could go on Let Baguette, but that would be kind of weird because I couldn't read what's going on the screen if we do that. It'd be 5 minutes of me just yapping in French. It's not like we're playing some sort of co-op game and it would like fuck up communication or something funny. You missed it, Probite? I just literally said entrepreneur. It's not a sexy thing to say. It's just a word. What do I do? I will recommend procedure. Yeah. You'll be happy to hear that I do recommend you then. Great. My reasoning being that suits him. Glowing tattoos would suit you well. Huh, you really think so? And what if I wanted the high-end version that changes color depending on my environment? What would you say then? Recommend lower end because he doesn't have the budget. Very sexy, a very sexy word, yes, I guess it is. We inherited Palms Gooners. Wolfie, you say that like you're not one of them. Oh la la, no, what? What are you saying, Richard? Oh, you want to eat cheesecake? That's okay. Okay, I thought that was gonna go somewhere else. Why does that make you think of cheesecake though? Why does French make you crave cheesecake? Do I want to know? Am I asking a question and cheesecake means something I don't know? I hope not. I recommend you for a slightly lower end option that better fits your budget. Not the best for a bottom line, but it'll probably lead to a happier client. Acceptable. And now for my favorite part. Sure, I'll say nothing and wait. The upselling and cross-selling. As you know or should know, you check the catalog in front of you and pick some options you think I'd like. Pitch them to me, but don't push too much. You'll come off annoying. We have so many different things that we can say. Okay. Oh, and we don't have the full game. We only have the demo, so we have some things that are not available. I mute when you speak in the French accent. That's the opposite of gooning. Sure, but that's specific to the French accent because it reminds you of your French teacher, if I remember correctly. So that makes sense. Like if you hear the French accent, you think of someone you don't like, you would not like it. That makes sense. Oh, I don't know where Monaco is, Richard, but I'm guessing it's a French-speaking place. Oh, to me, cheesecake feels like an American thing, but maybe they have some good cheesecakes in Monaco. I don't know. What do we do? We could recommend maybe fang teeth, you know? I think that would look good on our boss. Okay, I think that makes sense. Picked everything out, good. Now I can check this handy tablet in front of me and see all the goodies you're offering. And I'm gonna try the fang teeth. Have you considered getting fang teeth? Fits his vibe. I feel like they'd fit your vibe. I don't think I give off spooky vibes. Do I? I didn't mean in a spooky sense. I meant that the teeth give off a cool and suave feeling, which does fit your vibe. Oh, I see. Excellent. I suppose I must get the teeth then. I feel like I've sold a fair amount based on Baron's hypothetical budget. I don't want to push things too much. I don't want to go overboard. Do we need to go over all the logistics elements? Baron waves a hand. No, that's fine. If I decide to actually get anything, I'll speak to Saul directly. Oh god, we actually convinced our boss to buy that. Monaco is in France? See, I don't know anything about France. I think Richard redeemed his first Duolingo trial. You know, French laughing is still lol. We still have the same LOL thing. No, actually there's a different one in French, but it's not used as much anymore. MDR, mort de rire. Mort de rire, MDR, if you use that to say like I'm laughing a lot, I'm laughing to death is the idea, the French expression for it. Yeah, exactly. That's the French laughing, you know. Let's go over my feedback and then we can wrap up. I take a slow breath. This'll be good. Great job learning from your mistakes. I appreciated how you recovered after we spoke about you chatting with clients more. You took feedback well, so take credit for that. I know I'm not always the best at delivering my comments. And in the end, you made a good decision. Now, as for your efforts at cross-selling, you could have tried to sell me more mods. I barely bought anything extra. Alright, that's all for today. Good work. I think pushing people on mods is scummy. It's scummy to me. I do not like that. It's like somebody who goes in for a tattoo on their arm, and then the artist tries to upsell them a tattoo on their chest. It's like, no, I came for one tattoo, and it's a specific one, and I will be happy and satisfied with that one. And maybe if I find an idea later, I'll come back, you know? I don't like the idea of something permanent being kind of pushed like a product. Tension, I hadn't realized I was holding releases from my shoulders. I look forward to seeing your progress. I watched Baron leave, feeling a bit shaken. Things went well overall, but I know Baron will continue keeping an eye on me. After staring at paperwork for a few hours, the clock ticks over to leaving time. I'll let my gaze linger over my office to make sure I'm not forgetting anything, then leave to begin my trek home. That was like literally nothing. Upselling tattoos is what exactly. I've had to upsell like stuff on calls, like I was in a call center. I've had to upsell food in restaurants, but I've never seen like the idea of like tattoo upselling. That's intense. Tattoos are the love of ink. Do you have tattoos, Richard? Do you love ink? The apartment is where we're gonna go. I climbed the stairs to my apartment and shut the door with a sigh. Oh, I like this apartment. It's a little dingy, but there is something about this style that I kind of like, you know? Cyberpunk is full of like very trashy apartments, but they're kind of cool. Oh, it's a rabbit. I hear a slight rustling and look around. Nibbles is watching me from her cage. It's called Nibbles Dandelions. Seeing her always fills me with warmth. Check her food. I check her food and notice she's eaten less than usual. I refill her water and wonder if my worry is warranted. I glance at the time. The vet should be calling soon. Okay, give her a treat. I grab some washed kale from the fridge and offer it to Nibbles. She perks up a bit and starts munching on a corner. I'll get her some more later. We could let her out. I open the door to the fence around Nibbles' hutch. She slowly hops forward, settling down on the rug next to me. I can't tell if she's moving more slowly than usual or if I'm just projecting. I give her a small pat and sigh softly. I'm gonna clean up the dishes, you know? I have some dishes from last night I haven't dealt with. I wash each by hand and drop them on my too tall stack of dry dishes. That's going to be a problem left for tomorrow. I look around feeling listlessness rise in my chest. I need something to do while I'm waiting for the vet to call. Tattoos are for people whose parents forbade them from drawing on themselves. Okay. Hello, welcome in. Psycho Bunny, that's a cool name. And also like our bunny is sick in this game, so we're working towards like healing our bunny, so that's kind of a funny combination. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Were you also doing some festival games? Ready to eat food? I hope you have fun at the festival. Thank you so much. You go get some great food. I'm gonna give you a little shout out here so that everybody can go and check you out. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. If you're interested to stick around, I'm writing Lamentation. You can call me Lamentation or Lamb or Noodle, depending on how you feel. And I do a lot of mostly hello raiders, don't shoot. You're going full on Arc Raider here. Yeah, I mostly play horror games, RPGs, anything I have some fancy for. Whatever people recommend me, really. I'm super open to new games. Thank you so much for the follow. And I have some strange people in chat deciding to practice their French, so I'm reading their French texts, their French messages, and I translate them for everybody. Richard has 3 tattoos of poodles on his butt, which I don't think is true. I think Richard is lying, but that's a thing. Hello, welcome in, Dinosaur. I just saw you. Thank you so much for coming by. You've been literally here every day, Dinosaur, haven't you? Yes, I am Noodle. I also don't have any more dinosaurs. They're extinct now. I ate all the dinosaurs. I'm sorry, Dinosaur. You're the last one of your kind. Don't call them strange to their face. What did I call strange? What did I do? Shit. Yeah, your cousins are gone. They're in my tummy. What am I gonna do? I could unpack. I could play with my pet. I'm gonna play with my pet, you know? We know she's sick, so we should spend as much time as possible with her. I grab some of Nibble's favorite toys to throw and place them around her. She glances towards them, but seems disinterested. Do rabbits actually play with toys? You said there's some strange people in chat practicing French. It's not that they are strange, but their behavior is strange. I'm gonna go with that. You know? I didn't mean it in the sense that the person is strange, but that they're practicing French chat is a little strange. But I encourage it. You know, it's good for people to learn French. I will help you practice if you want to. I just find that it might exclude some people who don't understand, but it's okay. I'll translate. I'll translate your weird tattoo poodle fetishes. I will miss the gingerbread. Yes, that's his name. No. That reminds me, I kind of want to make gingerbread cookies for holidays. I have not cooked anything Christmassy related or holiday related yet, and I feel bad about that. Hydrate. Yes, I shall. Thank you so much for the hydrate. Wolfie, I'm still gonna translate. Make the gingerbread. Not eating my cousins. I mean, your cousins are already gone. I'm sorry. They're eaten. The worry between my ribs radiates outwards. That's bad. We're gonna read, okay? We're gonna be a good cyberpunk kid, and we're gonna read instead of doing typical entertainment of the time period. I pick up the book that's been long abandoned on my nightstand and flip it open. I should get it back to my friends soon. They're probably missing it. I sit on my bed, lean up against the wall, and let myself settle back into the story. After about 20 minutes, my phone rings. Sure, I can answer the phone. I hit the button on the side of my earpiece. Hello? Hello, this is Dr. Monk's office, calling back with the test results for your rabbit, Nibbles Dandelions. Wait. I have gummies, they're so squishy! Why do I like to read it like that? What kind of gummies are squishy like that? I'm curious. Wait. Hold on, I'm getting the vegan army, military, and mafia? You think that's gonna be enough? I'm a hag. I am powerful. I'm not scared of your military. I eat boba and souls for breakfast. Also for every other meal. I'm fine, you know? I can turn into a noodle and they'll never find me. The vegan teachers with them think again. What's a vegan teacher? Oh, thank you so much, Dinosaur. 5 dreams in a row. That's a lot. That is a lot. You're gonna have enough points to make me speak French for 5 minutes at this point. That's kind of scary. Wolfie's gonna run away if you do that. What did the test say? The speaker on the other side of the line clears their throat. Unfortunately, the test came back positive. Your rabbit is suffering from... The voice turns to static in my mind and I feel my hands start to shake. I stand there, staring at the wall, keeping as still as I can. Hello? Is everything okay? What's the next steps? What do I do now? We'll need to schedule Nibbles Dandelions for surgery. My blood runs cold. Is she going to be okay? How much is this going to cost? Cost right away. How much will the surgery cost? The procedure will cost $17,000 for one rabbit! Ugh, you're so lucky for not knowing about the vegan teacher. What is that about? You guys know something I don't know? You don't know what the vegan... No, I don't know what that is. Is that a meme? Is that a thing online that I don't know? I don't know anything. That's a lot more money than I have in my savings. It's also a lot more money than most of the mods we sell. What the hell? What kind of illness does our rabbit have? Very proud about that one. We know more. Don't look her up. I'm going to. Do they have to use lasers on that rabbit? I don't know what they're gonna do, but it's expensive as fuck. She's a very annoying vegan. Do not look her up. You will be traumatized for life. What? Hello, Senior Juicy Sack. Yes, hello, Senior Juicy Sack. Mr. the Juice. No, I'm actually checking it out right now. Vegan teacher. What does she do? What is that? What? Well, her second name is Karen, so I'm not surprised. She's also Canadian. Promoting veganism? I'm scared. I will turn you into the noodle. That's okay, you can do that. You know? I won't complain. A lot of people find me less scary when I'm a noodle. Her name is Dick Meyer. That's interesting. Accusations of racism and homophobia. It feels like this is not a good person. This is not a good person. I have a lot more money in my savings. I'm gonna see if there's an installment plan option. Is there an option to pay by installments? No, we require full payment up front. Okay, you asshole. Back. She had a lot of controversies on the internet. Whoever is on the internet has controversies. It's like unavoidable. You had me at Dick Meyer. Yeah, there you go. Alright, I'll try to keep my voice from sounding as shaky as I feel. Surgery date. How soon will the surgery be? We can schedule in for next week, Sunday. That's 1 week to put $17,000 aside. That's crazy. She makes fun of other content creators for eating meat and expose them and like say mean things. And if they don't stop eating meat, she threatens, as far as I know at least. That's not a good way to go about life, you know? That's not how you improve or change people. It's not the right approach, I would say. Educating is one thing. Telling people about stuff, making sure that they make informed decisions is one thing. But mocking is not a good idea. That's 13 days from now. Can Nibbles wait that long? Will that be enough time to get the money to cover the surgery costs? We'll try. Okay, thank you. I notice I'm biting my lip and stop. Details now? What will happen in the surgery? We'll remove the infected organs. After, we'll put Nibbles dandelions on an antibiotics regimen, and in a month or so she should fully recover. Are there alternative treatments? This is the option with the greatest chance of success. Alternatives require prolonged treatment and are not guaranteed to permanently cure Nibbles dandelions. You do know that a rabbit is like worth $20, right? Oh, that's true though. In cyberpunk societies, animals are quite rare, and they are probably very expensive. That could explain why it's so expensive. Is she even active nowadays? She was a meme before COVID. Before COVID? Yeah, that's a while ago. In internet years, it's a long time ago. I don't really know, to be honest, but if she's not, I'm so glad we have passed the war. You survived the front. This is the option with the greatest chance of success. So we'll have to see. Okay, well, there might be surgery risks. Are there any risks? We've performed this procedure many times. There is very little risks, but as much as getting a nano animated tattoos. Very low risk then. Okay. Thank you. We finalize the appointment details and I hang up the phone. I look down at where Nibbles is flopped on the floor and my heart sinks. Saving $17,000 in 12 days, well, 11 work days isn't impossible, but I don't feel good about my odds. I sit down next to Nibbles and run a hand through her fur. I can't imagine losing her. We're gonna find like a super like rich client and we're gonna drain them dry. That's what's gonna happen. That's gonna be the best thing we could do. Or we find someone who's actually very evil and mean and we make them like pay more or something and make more money. I sit down next to Nibbles and run a hand through her fur. I can't imagine losing her. I don't remember making dinner and the food is tasteless when I eat it. I keep glancing over at Nibbles, reassuring myself she's still there. The apartment feels more cramped than usual. I usually keep the window closed, but today it makes the walls feel like they're closing in on me. I did a thing. What thing? What thing did you do? Sure's a lot of money for a safe surgery. Alright, make sure to replace the band-aid with a new one. This gets a little limp and you should be fine. That'll be $10,000. That's American hospitals for you. Before I head to bed, I open my banking app to pay my utilities. We also have utilities to do? Might be best not to keep paying for so many luxuries, at least until I've saved up enough for Nibbles. That's the one thing you need to do. When you have like a big payment like that to go through, you kind of have to cut down on everything that's superfluous. See how much that helps you, save money, and then slowly get some fun stuff back, you know, into your life. I may have stepped on my school computer with all of my weight, scared to open it. What did you do? You also do not know how to spell anymore. I'm sorry. I hope your computer's okay. I hope everything's good, because that would suck. It's right beside my bed. Oh God. Was it on the floor or like on? How did that happen? Well, I can't play with that, but it's okay. It takes me too long to fall asleep. I turn back and forth under the sheets, unable to feel comfort or stop my spinning mind. We're gonna sleep anyway. I wake up and realize I don't hear the sound of my alarm. I blink and notice that there's too much light in the room. What is going on? I check the time and a bucket of cold water falls over me. I needed to leave for work an hour ago. I quickly rush to get dressed and refill Nibbles' food and water. Then I grab my lunch and run out the door. Halfway to the elevator, I start worrying that I have a client interview booked for this morning. I spend the rest of the trip to the clinic bouncing between dreading being late and hoping I misremembered and it's tomorrow. I step into the clinic and a notification pops up letting me know there's a client waiting in my office. I curse, grab the client's file from behind the reception desk, and make my way to the consultation room. I'm only a few minutes late to the appointment, but a splash of guilt still runs down my throat. I muster a smile, knock gently, and open the door. Well, there you go. We could do this. We could pretend that was all part of the plan. Also, my nails are growing out. I need to clip them. That's why there are errors. Ah! Yeah, I get that. I understand now. They sometimes block my fingers from touching the screen. God, that's very long nails. My nails are choppy. I don't have good nails. The customer is sitting in one of the chairs. They seem to be engrossed in a tablet, probably working. Smile. I take a breath and smile. Welcome to Envisage Poetry. I always cringe a bit at the clinic's name. I'm Jin. I use all pronouns. How can I help you today? They look up at me from where they're sitting and smile back. Good morning. I'm Ocean. Oh, that's a cool name. I want to be called Ocean. Hello, hope you're well. Your voice seems to hold on. Yeah, I'm okay. I was having a hard time with my throat today, but it seems to be good right now. For now. Greg, hello. Welcome in. How you doing? You too, Sinset. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. This is the room for consultations, right? They look to be in their early 20s, but their composure makes me think they're older than they look. There's a conviction in the way they sit, and I relax a bit. Clients who know what they want are always easier to deal with. Doing good? Perfect. All pronouns is just greedy. All pronouns is, to me at least, it feels like it's just convenient for everybody. Like, you can do whatever. You can call me he, she, they, whatever. Everything works. I kind of like that. Makes things a lot easier for everybody involved. Also, it makes the main character, you know, fit whoever is the player. So whatever the player's pronouns are, the character kind of fits. I kind of like that. Doing good? Good. Perfect, guys. We're playing this little Cyberpunk game right now. And we are doing our first client. We're about to offer them mods and try to make money because we need $17,000 for our rabbit surgery. You're in the right place. Usually I have some time to prep before my meetings. I clench my hand around the data chip. It probably won't be an issue to ask for a moment to get myself oriented, but I can't get a good read on this client yet, and the wealthier ones can sometimes be unreasonable. You know what? I'm not checking the file. I'm going to talk to them first. I still don't understand the whole pronoun thing, to be honest, but to each their own. Yeah, I mean, you know. I'm the kind of person who just wants to respect whatever people want, whatever makes them comfortable and happy. If somebody wants to be he, she, they, well, I'll just do it. It doesn't hurt me, so I don't care. All things shall pass. I mean, that's one way to look at it, I guess. I'm going to talk to them. I could just ask Ocean, it'll be fine. Before we start, I'm just going to run through some preliminary questions. Go for it. What are your pronouns? He, him, and they, them. Okay. And your age? I'm 27. Occupation. What do you do for work? I had to fill that in on your intake form. Why is it relevant? Procedural. It's just part of the process I need to know in order to continue our session. Well, that's a bad reason. Okay, fuck you, Ocean. I'ma hate you. Well, sure, I'll go with hey you with you. Every time Greg's gonna pop up, it's gonna be hey you. That's it. Well, that's a bad reason. Insist. Look, I can't do my job properly if I don't know yours. Eon, if it's such a big deal, just check my file. Check the file then. I pull up the file and quickly scan it. Under the line of work section, I find a brief explanation of a small gardening business. I'm gonna learn the fucking rest from the file. He's an asshole. I check the file for the rest of the information. Desired procedure. I find the section detailing the mods Ocean would like. Seems like standard gender affirming care. That's not what I thought we were gonna do for the first thing on this game. It's a pretty straightforward procedure with a few days recovery time. It's not the case in real life. I finish scanning the file and close it. This should be enough for a starting point now to learn more about what Ocean is looking for and why. So, you're looking to get gender affirming work done. That's correct. The next question I need to ask is probably not the most respectful or kind, but it is part of standard procedure for consultations. You know what? I'm gonna ask tactfully. Like, the best thing I can do is ask tactfully. Yours are no thanks. You don't like no gender in your life? No gender wherever? No pronouns? That's a problem though. You cannot have like a sentence without pronouns, so. Only emote of a rabbit that I have. That's a rabbit? I shall not judge. It's a fine rabbit. Thank you for sharing the rabbit. It's kinda derpy. I like it. Are there any factors motivating you to make this change? Well, I mean, aside from the obvious. Why'd you need to know? To understand. Just trying to understand you better. Knowing what you're looking for will help me recommend options. They sigh. I socially transitioned some time ago and started taking hormones sometime after that. But being honest with myself is something I've had to learn. About a year ago, I realized that I'm not happy with how things are. I'm uncomfortable when I see myself in the mirror. I don't like parts of my body. And I can understand it now, so I want to take steps to make myself happier. Okay. What's the budget? Kitty rabbit vibe. Oh yeah, yes, that's kind of a rabbit kind of creature. I understand. What does your budget look like? I have done my research and I should have the right amount to cover everything I'm looking for. I'm happy that you're in a comfortable place to get this done now. Thank you. I've covered all of the required information, but it might be helpful to know more about Ocean before moving forward, and Baron will not be happy if he finds out that I didn't keep the conversation going for longer. On the other hand, it might be better to wrap this up before I upset Ocean more. You know, he's not that upset. What do you mean? Learn more. Can I ask more about you? Depends what you want to know. Hobbies. Do you have any hobbies? I'm really into tea, actually. Oh, that's cool. It's getting very late for me now. I should head to bed. Alright, thank you so much for coming by, and too. I hope you have a great sleep. And I hope your writing went really good. And I'll see you around. Thank you for coming by. I'm really into tea. Okay. Could you tell me a bit more about tea? What do you want to know? Why do you like it? Wow! Dinosaur! Also, since our bathroom door broke from the wood rotting, we had to put up a curtain, and I just got yelled at because I apparently grabbed it and yanked it so it would fall. In reality, I lifted it up so I could get out. The curtain is made for windows. What does he think it would hold anyway? It's a good question. I don't think I've ever seen a curtain used for a bathroom. That's unfortunate. I hope to get a door again. It has long ears. Oh, I have this one too. Yeah, you do. Everybody does, I think. But if his rabbit needs surgery, maybe the one before is more appropriate. The one before? Oh, Oh, the unhappy rabbit? Yeah, that is more appropriate. You're right, you're right. We just need a new house. Yeah, it's hard to get a new house in this economy. I've been looking at houses. There's no way I can buy a house anytime soon. It costs too much to fix at this point? Yeah, but a new one costs so much too. But got you into tea. As you know, I'm a gardener. I work with a large variety of plants, including those whose leaves are used as herbs or for teas. I started growing a few at home and selling prepared teas to coffee shops. Oh, what's your favorite tea? What kinds of tea do you like? Oh, all kinds really. I've gotten into mushroom tea recently. Have you tried it? No, I've never heard of it actually. Well, if you ever get the chance, you should try some. It's really quite unique is a good word, I think. Mushroom tea is soup. Mushroom is a vegetable. You put it in water, it becomes mushroom soup. Does the rabbit have pronouns? The rabbit is a girl, so yeah, it was a she rabbit. Bounce hop? Oh, you're being clever there. Are you excited for Christmas? I am. I have posted the schedule because I wanted you guys to know I'm actually not going to be streaming during Christmas. I won't have access to my computer. I can't wait. I can't wait to take a break, to read, maybe write, you know, not go to work at all, not think about my work, my colleagues. I will miss you guys. I will still have probably access to Discord, so I'll still be able to keep up on the Discord with you guys. If ever there's bots also, I'll handle it. If we have bots adding themselves to our Discord. That was a weird thing that happened this week. I don't know exactly what prompted it, but there was a person who appeared on our Discord and there was no welcome message. They were just a new member without a welcome message. And I don't know how they got in. I don't know where they came from. And when I looked deeper into it, like I saw that they had a Twitch link on their profile. So I clicked on it and I wanted to go see what was their Twitch. It was a person with like 39,000 followers on Twitch. I've never seen somebody with that many followers, and I don't understand what they were doing on the Discord. And I was kind of worried about funny business because I heard about a funny business happening sometimes, and I kicked them out. If it was a legitimate follow and they really wanted to be on the Discord, I will add them back, but they need to contact me in private first because it was kind of weird. It's kind of unusual. Guys, do tell me if you see anything unusual happening on the Discord. I will be out of the jail prison we call school. Exactly. I would be out of the jail called work. That's the best time of the year for that reason. You only half pay attention, so it seems to be about a rabbit, so it seems to be about pronouns. Wolfie is a lot more. Yeah, somebody had like 39,000 followers. I don't know who that was. Might be a bot account? Do bots really have like that many followers? Also, they had like their actual face on the Twitch. Like it was a person streaming with a camera. So I don't think it was a bot. I pushed a rabbit subject among your pronouns situation. No, there is actually a rabbit in the game. It's almost an entire town population. There are towns with fewer people living there. Yeah, both of them have been mentioned. I'm not Sure, I'll get some mushroom soup. Sounds like a must-try experience. Favorite aspect of tea? What part do you like the most about tea? I'm not sure knowing about tea is doing anything at all about understanding this person. I like figuring out how to express flavors. What the hell? I can't change the sound setting on my headset for some reason. Now I can. That was weird. If you infuse the mushroom and take it away after, is it tea? No, it's broth. It's mushroom broth because it's a vegetable. My town has like 5,000 people in it. Yeah, it's a small town. Yeah, it's a very small town. We have towns like that all around here. You have some mushroom tea? Actual mushroom tea? You need to tell me all about it because I don't understand. To me, that's soup. What do you think you find interesting about organizing and discovering these flavor profiles? It's a fun puzzle that often has good tasting results. It's cool to create an experiment. That's really interesting. I hadn't thought about how these things apply to the process of making tea before. Thank you for teaching me something today. Ocean pauses, seeming to think for a second. Would you be interested in buying my tea sometime? I could even let you try some mushroom tea. He smiles, but it feels a bit forced. I can tell they're nervous about my answer. Ocean's tea seems to hold a lot of importance. Sure, I can buy some tea. I'd love to try your tea sometime. Ocean smiles, trying to hide their relief. Well, you won't regret it. I'm sure I won't. Alright, what about their work, about their gardening? So you work as a gardener. And? What's your work like? I think I made it clear that I don't want to talk about that. Oh, sorry. I didn't understand that part. You okay? That's a change in personality all suddenly. It's called something special. I forget. A friend recommended it to me. Is it like hallucinogenic mushroom or normal mushroom? Do you have anything planned for after the procedure? Why'd you ask? Practical reason? You'll need to refrain from strenuous activity for some time after your procedure. I'm just checking that it won't interfere with any of your plans. I'm planning a small trip with my friends to celebrate. Should be undemanding. What are you planning for your trip? It's just a visit to a mid-floor resort. Nothing that exciting, really. Okay, well, the resort should be calm. There must be more to it than that. Itinerary? Have you got an itinerary planned? Mostly just spending time with my friends and exploring the resort, maybe looking at some of the plants they've got there, if my friends don't mind me dragging them along. Sounds relaxing. Sounds relaxing. I hope it's rejuvenating. I hope so too. Okay, we're gonna move on from this as I feel like I'm prying into their personal life. Oh, I forgot to tell you, when I entered the stream, I just got back from a school Christmas program and never want to go there ever again. Shit, what happened? What's a school Christmas program? I've never heard of that. Is it like a show? It's a regular mushroom, although I have noticed that you look like a noodle after I drink it. Then I think there's something in your tea, my dear. Have you drunk some in the last hours? Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm sure you'll have a great time. Thanks. I look over my notes. It's time to make my recommendation. I need to save another 8,000 over the next 12 days to afford the surgery. If Ocean has a procedure done here, I'll earn at least 1,600. Yeah, I will recommend. 4 Sigmatic Calm Mushroom Cacao Mix, organic instant cacao with organic reishi mushroom powder for drinking or baking, vegan, gluten-free, lactose-free. That's a lot. Sigmatic? What does Sigmatic mean? Is it like Sigmatic? Is it like the people going about Sigmatic? Mushroom coffee. Is that the brand? Oh, 4 Sigmatic is the brand. You just put all the words together, Wolfie. I had to decipher. Based on what we've discussed, I can easily recommend that you go forward with the desired procedure. A wave of relief rolls over Ocean. That's great! We discussed that what Ocean is looking to get done, and I put together a suggested plan. Now it's time to see if I can get Ocean to agree to buy anything more. He didn't give us any sort of extra, budget. I looked down at the mod catalog. What kinds of mods would Ocean like? Huh. That might be expensive, but I think a custom voice could be something. Maybe custom facial hair, but that would be a lot. That would be way too much. Maybe not. Maybe that's good. Alright, that seems good. There's a few more mods I'd like to talk to you about. You'll be able to see the models and prices on that tablet in front of you as I bring them up. Sure. Have you considered customizing your voice as part of your transition? We can offer custom voice creation, and the mod would give you a more pronounced Adam's apple. It works with the plan mods. This mod would complement your plan mods well. People often buy them together. Ocean swipes through a few models on the tablet. I'd be down for funky modded Adam's apple. This one looks good. I'll add it to the list. Great! We upsold, guys! So I'm in a choir. Oh, that's very unique. I did not think what you were talking about the program was anything to do with singing. Okay. So that's why I even participated in the first place. But anyway, it's like where you sing Christmas songs in front of parents, maybe other kids sometimes. A girl beside me pushed me to get in between me and Kennedy, and then started talking, and I told her to shut up. Is Kennedy like a cute boy or a cute girl or something? I just copy and paste it in case you wanted to order stuff. It's on my cell phone right now. I did research up the company, and it's led me to exactly the thing. So I'll check it out, Wolfie. You tell me if it's good too. Like, do tell me if it's actually a good thing, if you like it. This game is hurting your brain. We're just literally doing modding, like Cyberpunk stuff. She's okay. Kennedy is a girl that is a grade or year below. Okay. You tell them to shut up. That's not what they're supposed to be doing when they're doing a choir. All right, let's try to get the facial hair. Have you considered custom facial hair? I have facial hair. I shave. Change texture? Nah, you know what? I don't think he needs that. Sorry, never mind then. No worries. That's probably enough cross-selling. There's only so much Ocean is willing to spend. We settle on the procedure details, and I explain the remaining information to Ocean. Next, our clinic surgeon, Dr. Sol, will give you a quick physical to double-check you're fit for the procedure. Once you've gotten a clean bill of health, I'll schedule your operation date. At that point, I also take your deposit, which will be half the total cost. Sound good? Ocean smiles, a tension uncurling from their shoulders. Sounds good. Oh god, I just noticed. He has like a full mechanized arm. God damn. But where does the rabbit fit into it? We literally talked to our rabbit the very night before. Our rabbit is sick, and we need to pay for the rabbit surgery. And that's why we have a timeline. We have 8 days to collect $8,000 to pay for the rabbit surgery. My mom even gave me a high five for it. There you go. The game's character needs win. Exactly. Sin is following, and Sin arrived after you, Wolfie. We know who's, the good student in the class. The rabbit is... No, Wolfie, the rabbit is sick. The rabbit is gonna die of some sort of, contamination of her organs. She's a sick rabbit. Sounds great. I return his smile, and we shake hands. Theirs feels firm and welcoming. We walk out of my office together. A bit later. Having seen Sol set up Ocean's appointment and gotten their deposit, I return to my office to get started on the post-session paperwork. A few hours later, I hear a knock on the wall by the open door to my office and look up. Got a minute? Sure. I need you to run down to Wind Garden and place an order. Should take less than an hour. They have our payment information on file. What's the shopping list? What do you need me to get? Sol hands me a list. It's all here, and the bag is in its usual place. Just give that to Wind Garden. She'll know what to do with it. That's an interesting name. Oh, there you go. Working and playing Football Manager at the same time. That's why. Feel free to call me if you have any questions or if they give you any trouble. What kind of trouble can I expect? What do you mean? Sol shrugs slightly. You know how Wind Garden gets. Oh, no, I don't. Before I have time to follow up, Sol gives a wave and walks back out of my office. Fuck. What did I get into? Wait, you're talking about Football Manager. You mean Soccer Manager. So 33% of the brain is on work, 30% on football, and 33% on the stream, possibly. I look down at the list she gave me and sigh. I guess I'm off to Winnie's. I do find Winnie a lot easier to say. The trip to Winnie's shop is uneventful. I make one wrong turn, but notice pretty soon after. Before I know it, I'm approaching her stall. That looks like a creepy little shop here. No, I won't be going lower than that. Stop asking. Winnie's voice carries down the street. I've never heard her sound so stern. If you want to pay that much, fine. Find some two-bit hack who'll sell you defective junk. When you decide you want to put quality parts into your body, you'll crawl back here. Of course, by then, your flesh will be rotting around half baked amps, and shoddy nano components. Your kidneys failing from filtering a deluge of filth pumped into your heart, then back through your body. I'll laugh in your face and remind you about today. Then I'll charge you double, and you'll pay it because you'll be so desperate for something good. Now get the fuck out of here. You're not worth more than my time. She's a meanie. Yeah? Fuck you, weenie. The customer spits and turns away, almost bumping into me as I approach the stall. I didn't see you there. Jin, from Envisaged Poetry, right? Yep, that's me, yeah. That's a terrible name Baron stuck you with. I will ignore this. You're still on that, Wolfie. Yeah, you use the S word. Deal with it. Is the only good word. I pulled the list out of my pocket. So give me this. It has everything we're looking to buy. She mentioned you have our payment info. That I do. Hand over your list. Let's see what we can do for Sol, huh? They give it a quick glance over. I've got most of this in stock, but the last bit you'll need to wait for. I'll drop that off myself. Everything else I'll give you to haul back today, alright? Yep, that's all good. That's what I like to hear. Winnie takes the bag I brought from the clinic and begins moving around her shop, picking items off shelves and bags. They pause when they spot a bin, half slid under a table. I'm gonna watch Gachiakuta or whatever how to spell, which I watch while I watch your stream. Probably be more focused on your stream. That's all good. Thank you so much. It's okay if you want to lurk too. I don't know what's Gachiakuta though. I might want to learn about it if you want to tell us what that is. She looks back at me and then the bin. How would you feel about a bit of side work, Jin? Interested. I wouldn't say no to an opportunity. I've currently got an excess of Emotes, telescopes, microscopes, color diffs, dark vision, electromags, sharpeners, basically the lot. No x-rays, I'm sorry, Richard. We don't got no x-rays with this lady. How ironic Gachiakuta is the sound I make when I sneeze. Somehow that does not surprise me. It's an anime. Okay. Is it a good one? Have you already started it? If you could sell them off for me, I'll kick you back 15% of my profits. Not a bad deal, I think. I'll think about it. Could I have some time to think about it? Of course, there's no real rush on my end. If you decide you'd want in, let me know anytime. I'm always happy to do business when business is good. Okay, she wants me to undercut my boss. I don't think we should do that. Soccer ball. Soccer ball? I don't understand what you mean. She sneezes in Japanese now. She hands me the much fuller bag. This is for you. I suppose I'll be seeing you more often now that Sol can send you instead of coming herself. Winnie turns and I follow her gaze to see a customer approaching. It was nice chatting, Jin. Come by again soon. She offers a mock salute and then steps away. Call out a thank you. They offer a wave without turning back. Can we time out? There's no timing out. Wolfie, this is not Ultima stream. I don't have a jail. I don't have a naughty jail. Also, I might agree with Sin. Soccer is a word, you know, and people use it. It's got a meaning. I reposition the bag over my shoulder and head back to the clinic, Winnie's words circling through my head. When I get back to the clinic, Sol is working in the lobby. She looks up and sees me in the bag. Is that everything? There's a bit more Winnie will drop off later. Sol lets out an acknowledging noise and holds out a hand for the bag. Do you want me to drop it in your office? I'm asking you to hand it to me now. Why would I want you to take it to my office? Oh, she's a mean. So you wouldn't have to carry it there yourself. I understood what you meant. I was asking why you didn't listen to what I said. Sorry, here. I hold out the bag and she carries it a few steps over to the counter. She quickly opens it and begins to rummage. Looks good. Thanks for grabbing it. She pauses and looks back up at me from the bag. How is Wingerden? Friendly. She's nice, friendly. Alright, that's good. And they didn't do anything weird, did she? I mean, she did kind of give me an offer. A bit. She offered me kickbacks if I sold iMods. I see. Would it be bad if I were to accept? I wouldn't consider it overly professional, and I know Baron would not approve. I told Winnie no. Good. I lied. I'm so tempted to cut open my stress ball right now. Why? It's not as joyous as it seems. I had a foam stress ball, but it got all bitey. What does bitey mean? What? Sol takes a glance at the clock on the reception computer. Why don't you head home? I'll cover with Baron if he asks. I still have paperwork to do. I'll finish up my paperwork first. I only have a bit left. If you insist, we can leave together later then. Sol turns and walks back to her office. Was she waiting for me? I don't know. Mine has like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not the mashed potatoes or the foamy stuff. It's like just gel, but more together. Interesting. Oh, it started degrading. That's what you mean. That's why you're all stressed out. No mushroom tea and no stress ball. Since it is perceptive. After finishing our work, Sol and I leave the clinic together. We chat idly on the walk to the elevator. It's a bit busy and I let her take one ahead of me. She thanks me and I hide my mixed feelings behind a smile. I didn't want her to see what floor I was getting off at. Oh, we're keeping secrets from our colleague. I'm doing it. I'm getting the scissors. Be careful. Don't make a mess. No, it's because people keep using the S word. Wolfie. Sucker is not a bad word. I get home exhausted and collapse on my bed. After a bit, I roll to the side and notice Nibbles watching me. You see, this is our pet, everybody. You can now see Nibbles dandelions. This is the little animal that we're going to destroy our morals for. We will bleed everybody dry of their money to make sure this rabbit gets a very expensive surgery. It's a cushion bunny. I mean, it's not that big. It's just like they made it kind of zoomed in. I'm gonna let her out. I roll back off my bed and open the door to her hutch. She watches for a bit before slowly making her way to her favorite spot on the rug. I'm gonna sing her a song. I pick a popular tune and change the lyrics to make the song about Nibbles on the fly. She doesn't react, but it makes me smile. I'm gonna play with her. It's big in your head? Okay, well, it's a gigantic rabbit now. It's decided. It's only Americans that use the word. Everyone else calls it football. No! Canadians use soccer. Americans use soccer. I don't know anybody else though. I don't know. You got the scissors. Careful, do not hurt yourself. I try rolling one of Nibbles' balls towards her. She glances at it but doesn't push the ball back to me like she usually does. Canadians are Americans? That's a hot take, I guess. She's not her usual self and it hurts to see her this way. My worries circle in my head, saving 8,000 in 10 more work days. I sigh and roll back onto my bed. Not impossible, I remind myself. There's still a chance. Today went well. Tomorrow will too. I'm gonna make dinner. I spend some time making dinner, then clean everything up. Grimly, I open my banking app to check things over, so I can't modify anything because we don't have the final product, the final game. Blood for the blood god? What are you going on about? You're gonna murder the stress ball and it's gonna bleed? By the time I get to bed, I feel drained to my bones. Oh, I wake up with my alarm and sigh contentedly. It's nice not to be in a rush. Yeah, the alarm works this morning. I make a low-effort breakfast and take a quick shower before getting changed, feeding Nibbles and heading to work. I have another appointment today. A larger part of me than I'd like to admit hopes it'll be someone looking for an expensive procedure. Yeah, please give me somebody rich. As I enter the clinic, I notice a message from Baron. The client's file is waiting for me on my work tablet. I make myself a cup of tea and carry it carefully to my office. I sit down, take a sip, and swipe open the client's file. I'm expecting them to arrive just after noon. Baron left a note on the bottom of the file saying to watch myself with this one, which makes me a bit nervous. He rarely butts in, saying that he prefers to leave the human aspect to the cycline, which is fair, that's what he's paying me for. Whoever is coming in must be important. I swipe open the file on my tablet. At the top of the file, I see Florence Sandarine, she, her, 34. That definitely sounds like a rich person name. When does next game start? Usually in about 20 minutes. Florence Sandarine must be an upper floor. No wonder Baron gave me a heads up. It's unusual for us to get top floor clients. They usually go to nicer clinics. Well, an upper floor client explains why Baron also told me not to ask about her budget. Under the line of work section, I find a really long explanation that can be summarized as stay-at-home spouse. There's also brief mention of an interview show she hosts. It seems like a hobby project. The section detailing the mods Florence Sandarine would like is much shorter than I'm used to. It seems like she's coming in for a voice change. It's a technically difficult procedure and not that common since it's expensive and impossible to completely reverse. The recovery time is usually less than a day. From her file, Florence Sandarine seems like a pretty typical upper floor trophy spouse. There are a few things that don't entirely line up, but they also don't seem relevant to the consultation. I close the file and clean up my office a bit. The fact I'm seeing an upper floor client has got me a bit more nervous than I'd like to admit. I've never met with an upper floor client. We can't access most of the higher end floors, even if our clients could afford them. Nor can we offer the level of service they often expect. Just don't cut yourself. It's just a quote from Warhammer. Yeah, it was a quote. Yeah, Dinosaur did really great on the fan art. You don't cut yourself, Dinosaur. Don't do that. We don't want you bleeding everywhere, getting hurt. Before I know it, there's a gentle knock on my door. Oh, she's so pretty. Look at her. God damn. I love her hair. Look at my character. I'm having a fucking crush on this girl. At the sight of Florence Sandarine, I freeze momentarily. Hi, you can call me Florence. She, her. She smiles a little and I have to remind myself to breathe. I can't remember the last time I saw someone so beautiful. Are we gonna make her cheat on her husband? Act normal, goddammit. I force myself to move and pull the door the rest of the way open. I wrestle what I hope is a warm smile on my face and gesture her inside. Hi Florence, I'm Jin and any pronouns are fine with me. She steps past me and into the office, looking around slowly. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for looking after me today. She sits and her gaze turns back to me. I feel myself growing flustered. Customers aren't usually like this. The pleasure is entirely mine. Thank you for choosing Envisage Poetry. It takes all of my effort to say the words casually and withhold my inadvertent cringe. For your consultation today. Of course, I've heard good things about your clinic. Noodle's hair looks 5% like... What do you mean? The hair was like so good. The hair was like perfect. It feels like I'm swallowing around a rock in my throat, or maybe that I forgot how to breathe, or how to hold my body like a normal person. Then I hope we live up to your expectations. I'm certain you shall. She smiles a little again, and I think my heart forgets how to beat for a few seconds. I need to pull myself together if I'm going to get through this. Yeah, can't have a crush on the customer. We're not going to be doing good. Do you have a white streak? I do. But not everybody notices it, to be honest. I sit down and try to refocus. I should get to know her better so I can best understand what she's looking for. Florence Sandarine is a beautiful name. Does it mean anything? Florence drops her gaze, making her smile seem a bit sadder. Florence comes from the Latin word florentius, which means blossoming, flourishing, and prosperous. Sandarine is a play on Sandrine, which itself is a version of Alexandra from the Greek Alexandros. It means to defend man. Together my name is meant to be a blessing, to provide me with good fortune and protect me from peril. And have you had good fortune and avoided peril? Florence lets out a small chuckle, and it sounds like glass chiming and flowers blooming and stars glinting. I think most would say so. But you don't think so? Florence shrugs with a very small movement of her shoulders. It depends on your perspective, I suppose. Regardless, my parents have ensured that I am very blessed. Alright, what are we going to do with her? You put a grayish streak? Yeah, it's perfect. There is a white streak. Exactly. Does Wolfie need glasses? I think Wolfie needs glasses. Mom was saying you were 40 plus yesterday, but don't worry, I put her straight and said you were actually 100 plus. Wolfie, you're the one who insinuated I'm 40 plus. You're the one who says I'm 40 plus. I'm not. Like you say, I am 100 years old and over. Okay, now I understand that you want to get a voice alteration procedure. That's why I'm here. Her fingers weave and slide along each other as she speaks, and I try not to stare at them. Does she feel nervous? Are you feeling nervous? Florence's fingers freeze in her lap. She tilts her head slightly and smiles. Not at all. I'm sorry to have given that impression. I can tell you're doing your utmost to create a welcoming environment for me. She said it on stream? I mean, yesterday I was on stream, and I don't think she said that. I didn't hear her say that. I smile back and nod. Thank you. Let me know if there's anything I can do to make you feel more comfortable. Florence nods back. I will. Why do you want to get your voice altered, if you don't mind my asking? Not at all. I understand this is part of your responsibilities as a cycline. You probably don't know, but there's a trend going around for having perfectly sweet and lilting voices. Since mine is so mundane, it might slightly slight my family's reputation should it remain unchanged. You're right to assume that I'm unaware of upper floor trends. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way at all. It's just, I laugh and waver off. No worries at all, I understand. I was just going to ask you to elaborate a bit on the trend. Florence flushes slightly, still clearly a bit embarrassed before settling herself. Of course, as you may imagine, when perfection is possible, it becomes ubiquitous. Lacking it becomes unfashionable. Sometimes it takes some time to realize that certain attributes have a perfect form. Recently, people have taken note of what they think makes the perfect voice. It is now expected to sound a certain way, and alternatives such as voice training create the appearance of lacking the means to get the modifications. I can see that. Why be less than perfect when the best is attainable? These days, it's mostly a matter of money, so if that's not an issue. Florence nods and I pause to let her speak. Many people I know agree, hence the expectation of it in ourselves. She said it on stream after you went to bed? Oh, okay, well, I don't know. What are you trying to accomplish here, Wolfie? You know, it's okay. She can think I'm 40 or something. That's okay. You also think I'm 40, and you're both wrong. I mean, sure, it's good that you correct the mistake, but I also, like, it's okay if she thinks something. We said that we might go hiking someday on a mountain. She'll be able to confirm whether I am 100 and over. She might not be able to help me up the mountain. I might be too old to go up the mountain, and then she'll know I'm too old for all of that. Could you tell me more about your parents, such as? What do they do for work? I don't mean to make your job more difficult, but I'm not sure that you need to know that for our discussion today, and it's not my place to speak on my parents' business. I understand. I'm sorry for overstepping. She shakes her head slightly. You're just trying to do your job. No harm in that. What's your relationship with them like? You mean my parents? I'm not sure how much there is to say. I try to be respectful and dutiful, and they look after me. I think there's more to her relationship with her family than she's letting on. I'll try to circle back to it. I saw in your file that you host an interview show. What's that like? Florence's eyes light up and she smiles a bit. How nice of you to ask. It's not a terribly exciting hobby, but it does bring me a lot of joy. I very much enjoy meeting guests and getting to know them. I suppose it's a bit similar to your work in some ways. I would agree. I don't know if you find this to be the case too, but sometimes it feels like my clients learn a bit about themselves from this process as well. Florence nods slowly. Yes, I think so. Sometimes I think it's also about what truths are hinted to are simply left unsaid. Truths of the heart that feel too dangerous to speak outright. Yes. I say it quietly, watching her, but she doesn't meet my gaze, leaving her exact expression unknowable. It is a very interesting conversation. I like this girl. So I may or may not have cut myself using my nail. Don't ask. Be careful. Go get some band-aids. Take care of it. Don't get an infection, you know? I was saying your hair looks 5% like the person in the game, not the drawing. Oh, now I understand what you meant, Wolfie. I'm sorry. I have a really hard time understanding you, Wolfie. Deadly weapons, I understand. I cut them really short. I'm too clumsy to have weapons at the point of my fingers all the time. Yeah, that's a good point. They are weapons on my hands too. Alright, we're gonna ask her about the plans after the mods. Do you have any plans for after the procedure? No, I was just going to take some time to rest at home. There's a dinner party this weekend, but that's all. I take a moment to check my notes. I've covered all the required questions. Baron told me to be careful, and talking to Florence makes me a bit nervous. It might be best to wrap things up quickly so I don't have more time to embarrass myself. You know what? I still want to learn more. Learning more about Florence is probably for the better, and maybe a small part of me wants this appointment not to end early. I want to know more about fears. What scares you the most? Florence laughs a bit nervously. These questions are getting a bit heavy. Your answers help me do the best job that I can. I need to know these kinds of things to provide a good recommendation. Florence nods. Yes, I understand. It was just a bit unexpected. She pauses and I give her the space to think. I suppose what I fear the most is letting others down and disappointing them. Okay, that's interesting. You get misinterpreted a lot? Yeah. I mean, also chatting, like writing like that doesn't really translate tone. So it's sometimes harder to understand what you're trying to say with that. We seem to be on your case today. I'm sorry. Oh, it's okay. Wolfie can take it, you know? And if not, you do tell us to shut the fuck up. Wolfie, it's okay. How does your family feel about your show? They don't pay it much mind. They see it as a diversion, which it is. So they don't watch? Florence shakes her head. They're much too busy and I don't expect them to. It's only a simple audio show in any case. Does anyone you know listen to it? My husband does occasionally. He's very supportive. She adds the last part after a pause, as if realizing this is something that's important to clarify. You know what? We're good. Thank you for answering my questions. It's time to make my recommendation. I look down at my notes detailing facts that collect into a silhouette of Florence Sanderine. You'll be making your recommendation now? Yes. I need to save another 7,800 over the next 11 days. If Florence has the procedure done here, I'll earn at least 24. Okay, but we can try to make more. I was gonna tell you to shut the fuck up for jokes, but I can't bring myself to be that rude. It's okay. You can be nice about it. You can be tactful. You can tell me, you know, I would like to change the topic and I do not appreciate this ribbing. It's too much. You can tell it like that and I will respect it. Richard, calling me a flower? That's very sweet of you. I'm still here. Yeah, we're still on the first game too. We're gonna switch to the second game shortly. I think we're good to move forward with the procedure. You're certain that's for the best? Was there any reason it wouldn't be? No, not at all. We can book for you for tomorrow if that works for you. Yes, that's fine. We'll see you then. You'll be here to meet with me? Do you want me to be? No, it's fine. I'm sure you're busy with other things. I'll be there. Thank you. Now, in terms of the voice you're looking for, Florence explains what kind of voice she needs and which modifications she'd like to get to achieve it. I suggest a plan that fits her goals, and she agrees to it quickly. Watching her as I explain what we'll be doing, I wondered if she is really listening. Baron will probably be upset if he hears that I didn't push some other mods. Okay, we're gonna see what else can we do. I don't feel like you've been ribbing me, just misunderstanding some stuff I said, but it's all good. That's what I do though. I rib you by pretending I don't understand. Oh shit, I'm a noodle. I'm gonna move the noodle a little bit. The noodle is out, guys. Draw her as a noodle. Please draw me like your French girls or whatever the quote is. I shall be a noodle, French noodle instead. What do we offer this guy to get? A singing voice could be fun. The fin ears could be fun. We could offer her to get everything, you know? Everything, you know? We're gonna try to get her everything. Hopefully this is okay. If you don't mind, I'd like to talk to you about a few more mods. Sure, go ahead. I'll send options to the tablet near you for you to see as I'm talking about them. Alright? Since we're already changing your voice, what would you think about adding a singing range to it? What would we say for that? You know what? It just feels like it's easy to add. Richard? You want to be a noodle too? I think we need to make sure that Richard is a noodle. Yeah, you do rib me too. That's okay, Wolfie. As long as it's mutual and it's consensual, everything's good. It would be an easy mod to get while we're already adjusting things. I don't want it, thank you. It feels frivolous. I understand. Would you be interested in eyes that can see the UV spectrum? They would give you a unique perspective that might change how you approach things or give you opportunities for conversation. I can see how that would be interesting. I'll take them then. We got one extra thing! Yay! And then we're also going to try the fin ears. Have you ever thought about modifying your ears? We have some finned ears that you might like. She seems to like fashionable shit, so maybe that would work. Modded ears are seen as very in style currently. They're part of a new trend? I would say so. Oh no, did I just lie to her? You consent, Wolfie? There you go. We need enthusiastic consent here, guys. Then I would be interested, yes. Sounds good. So I just manipulated her just to make money for my rabbit. That's enough cross-selling. I don't want to push Florence too much. We literally pushed her for every single thing. I walk her over to Dr. Saul and wait while she has the physical. Saul gives the go-ahead and Florence pays her deposit. She turns to me with a final smile. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. And with that, the siren is gone, along with all her glittering splendor. I grab some paperwork to finish my notes on Florence, deciding to stay and work in the lobby. After getting through about half, I hear the swish of the front door opening and notice Ocean walking in. This is a sex change clinic though, right? No, it's not. It's modding. The Cyberpunk world, like even the Cyberpunk world of 2077 that was made by CD Projekt Red, treats any sort of body modification equally, whether it's sex change or any other kind of body modification. It's just all the same. Bro, can you tell me why the noodle is actually harder to make? I even drew that noodle myself. I know how hard it was. I understand your plight, dinosaur. It was very hard to draw this. I'm a spaghetti. Well, you can do it. I believe in you. You can make it like a different noodle too. Like I made a spaghetti, but I don't have to be that. You can make me a macaroni if you want. Hey, Jin. Back again, I see. Here for the procedure? Yeah. Dr. So has a lot of experience. You're in good hands. I'm sure. Do I just wait here or... Oh yeah, she'll come get you when she's ready. I'll let her know you're here. Alright, cool. I type a quick message to Sol saying that Ocean's here. Are you excited for your trip? Yeah, I'm leaving the day after tomorrow. Glad to hear it. Just then, Sol steps out from the surgery. Hello, Ocean. If you're ready, you can follow me. Ocean offers me a smile and follows after Sol. Sol nods to me before closing the door behind them both. I head back to my office with a lingering smile. It's nice seeing how happy Ocean is, and it doesn't hurt that they'll be paying the rest of their fee today. Oh, it's going into our bank account. But it won't be accurate. It is accurate. Wolfie called me a noodle, and I just decided it was a spaghetti, but it could be any noodle. So it's like what a supermarket is to a butcher's. It's all encompassing. Exactly. We will make a change. Like, we can change your eyes to be x-ray eyes. We can make, give you like, unique hair. We can change your whole skin color. We can make you pink. We can make you gold. That's what Cyberpunk is about. When I get home, I notice Nibbles hasn't eaten today. I pull her into my lap and run a hand along her ears and count my breaths. I offer her some kale and feel a bit relieved when she starts chewing on its corner. You know what? I'm gonna unpack for once. I moved down into this apartment about 2 months ago. I couldn't afford my old one anymore. I look around the space that doesn't quite feel like home and can't help but notice all the ways it's worse. The room is too small for all my stuff. Much of it still sits in half unpacked boxes. It's further from my new job, adding time to my commute and shifting my sleep schedule. I still wake bleary some days. And no amenities are included. The savings come at the expense of my comfort. Home does not feel like a place of rest. Mechanically, I pull objects out from boxes and try to find room for them in overstuffed cupboards and drawers. After about 2 boxes, my brain starts to hurt. I'll leave the rest for another day. I decide to get to bed early, feeling restless and wanting the day to be done with. You can give them penis fingers. Yeah, if that's what they want. Yeah, there is no limit. After getting ready, I slide open my banking account. I turn off my phone and drop it on my bedside table face down. Florence's smile haunts my thoughts as I wrestle with sleep. I can't help the feeling that there's something I missed. Yeah, she was doing the surgery to please other people. She was not doing it for herself, which is definitely not a good reason to do any sort of body modification. You don't tattoo your body for other people's opinions. And I probably should not have offered her to do that, but my rabbit's life is on the line, and she's a rich girl, and I don't really care, because I don't care. My rabbit is more important. I wake up 3 in the morning with a start, breath shaking. I try to lie back down and relax, but I can hear my blood rushing in my ears. My fingers twitch and my legs don't want to settle. I sit up and try to think of a way of distracting myself. I don't get much more sleep that night. Oh shit. Is that the body modification you would want, Wolfie? People do care more about animals than other people, is true. And yeah, I find that a little bit depressing though. We should care more about people than animals. But it's a game, so I'm playing a character right now. I'm not being myself. My alarm goes off and I turn it off, already awake, halfway through making coffee. I sigh. It's going to be a long day. One is enough, you know. Everybody, has different preferences with that, I guess. I get into work and notice Florence sitting in the reception. What would be you guys' like preferred mods? If you could have any mod, no prices, like there's no price limit. Anything Cyberpunk related, what you get. I get into work and notice Florence sitting in the reception. She seems to be wrapped in her thoughts. I told her I would meet with her before her appointment. I turn slightly and begin walking towards her. She looks up as I approach. Hi, Jin. Hey, how are you doing? Well, thank you. Are you off to see a client? No, I only have paperwork to look after today. Then please don't let me keep you. I've got time if you'd like to talk for a bit. That would be nice, thank you. How is your show doing? I had to take a break, what with the procedure and needing to rest afterward, but I look forward to returning to it soon. Do you have any questions about the procedure? Not at this moment, thank you. I hear footsteps and look over to see Sol leaving her office. Everything is ready now if you'd like to follow me. Florence stands. I'll be right there. She turns back to me. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me a bit, Jin. I'll see you around. She turns and starts heading to the surgery. Sol stays for long enough to shoot me a raised eyebrow before leaving as well. I hear the door close behind the two of them with a soft click. Why did Sol jealous? Did she think I was flirting with her? Metal teeth? You want metal teeth? I don't know. That would feel so weird. The taste in your mouth would be always like metallic, no? Or maybe they would have a solution for that. Maybe they would have something to counter it. I walked to my office feeling uneasy. Something in Florence's demeanor felt different today. I take a seat and busy myself with paperwork. Some of my fatigue fades with coffee and lunch, and the paperwork is a little less unpleasant after that. Towards the end of the day, I could feel anxiety rising in my chest. No clients came in today. I'm not sure that I can save enough money if there's another day like this. Finally, the clock ticks over to leaving time, and I put the paperwork away with a sigh. I can't wait to get home. I take a final glance over my office to make sure I'm not forgetting anything and head out for the day. I would like lots but small mods that are somehow already existing now but in an imperfect form. Like I want ears that filter noises. Oh, that would be great. Stupid discussions on the table next to me or play me nice music instead of stupid closed-minded talk. Yes, that would be interesting. Anything like my dad has something like that. He can, with his cell phone, he can play around with his ear thingy. I don't know how to call it in English, but there's an ear thing he's got, and he can play around with it and like focus on certain kinds of sounds. He can dull certain like clinking noises or like crowd noises. It's pretty cool. It's imperfect though. It's very imperfect, but it's interesting. It's a hearing aid? Yeah, okay. But that's what my dad's got. Get some earbuds with noise cancelling. In real life, yeah, that's also an option. You don't need a surgery for that. I'm surprised to see Ocean waiting for me in the lobby. Hey, you got a minute? Sure. What's up? Just wanted to let you know how the procedure went. What do you think? Everything you wanted? Yes, I feel happier, more peaceful and complete. Also, look at this larynx. This is so cool. It's so badass. Isn't it similar to the one that one of the characters in Cyberpunk has? Everything finally feels like it's in its place. That's amazing. I'm so glad. Thanks. You're leaving for your trip tomorrow, right? Yeah, I'm really excited. I take a moment to check the time. If I leave now, I'll make it home in time for tonight's rerun of Daffodil Petals, falling gently beneath the cerulean sky. What a name for a show. But you know what? I don't want to watch that. I can catch up on the episodes this weekend. How have you been doing? You know what they say, new eyes, same ravens. Ocean nods. Isn't that always the case? Are you still interested in trying mushroom tea? Yeah, I'd love to. I know a good cafe in the mid-lowers that sucks mushroom tea if you're free now. Sure. Yeah, that sounds great. I don't have anything else to do. Is that perfect if I want to hear someone I care amongst the noise? Yeah, exactly. That's a problem. Noise cancelling cancels everything. Great, follow me then. Ocean turns to lead the way to the cafe, and I follow him. I get back from the cafe feeling more relaxed than I have in a while. I slide the tea they gave me into a cupboard with a smile. There's a slight rustling, and I look over to see Nibbles. She seems more lively than usual. Nibbles moves towards me as I approach her cage. She's eaten a lot more of her food today, and I feel incredibly relieved. I open the door to her cage and Nibbles hops over. She butts me gently with her head, and I smile, running a hand over her ears. I'm going to unpack. I glance at the stack of boxes awaiting unpacking, and fatigue preemptively settles on my shoulders. I pull out kitchen appliances I have no room for and haphazardly squeeze them onto my limited counter space. A lot of them end up beneath the kitchen table. I sigh, another reason it'll be some time before I have guests. The fatigue I've been ignoring settles onto my shoulders. I take a look at my banking app while I can still keep my eyes open. I whisper goodnight to Nibbles and pull the blanket up around me. And sleep time! Thank you so much for playing through to the end of our demo. Please leave a review letting us know what you think. We'd love to hear your feedback. If you liked what you played so far, the best way to support us is by wishlisting on Steam. That's amazing. All right, guys, I really like this game. It's very intriguing. I like the setting. I love the art. If you guys are also interested in maybe wishlisting this game, I'm going to share with you this little link. So the game is currently 20% off on Steam. So definitely is an option to just wishlist it or buy it, whether you want to or not. It's up to you.